sweet ice cream bundle. So this is the stamp set. I think I did work with it a couple weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Wow, it's been a long time. And the punch, we're going to be using that too. I'm going to do a simple card, just some simple stamping, and then we're going to bring in another one and step it up a little bit. So I have a piece of thick white cardstock. I am using Up My Whisper White. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And even though I scored it, you guys, I never can fold them straight. I don't know why. I don't cut straight. I don't do nothing straight. But it's all right, right? Hey, Megan. Yeah, me too. Thank you very much. Me too. I am feeling a lot more relieved right now that it is all behind us and done and over with. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I am just going to stamp an ice cream cone on here. So I've already got my pieces blocked. My color combination is Cinnamon Cider, Gorgeous Grape. I might use some Highland Heather, I'm not sure. So we're going to use, let me just show you on here, we're going to use the ice cream cone image and the little, that makes the little marks, you know how it's like, it's always, what do you call that? It's got the ridges and stuff in it. That's what we're going to use. We're going to use the ice cream scoop and the little droplet. And oh, yes, that's all we're going to use, I think. And so, because we're just going to do this. Hey, Nikki, glad you found me. Oops, wrong color. Ah, too much talking going on here with myself. I can't, I'm not a multitasker. Tasker. I can't even talk today. Oh, okay, so I am using apple cider cinnamon or cider cinnamon apple, whatever it's called. I'm going to stamp that off, and then I'm just going to come like kind of sort of in the center of the card, but kind of down some. And I'm just going to stamp my cone just like that. And then I'm going to bring in the little pattern for the cone, and I'm going to stamp that full strength. So I'm just inking that up and just going to stamp that down just like so. All right, so our cone is all done. So now I'm going to bring in my ice cream scoop. I'm going to close this. And this is where I'm using Gorgeous Grape. So we're going to ink up in Gorgeous Grape. You can stamp it off if you want to. Oh, I got something's on there. You can stamp it off, or you can go full strength. I am going to go full strength. Okay, because I'm going to come down over my cone a little bit. So I want it to kind of cover a little bit. It's still going to show through a little bit, but it will be all right. So there you go. So now you have that. So really and truthfully, all you have to do now is just stamp your sentiment. And then you have a really cute, easy, simple, simple card. And I think I am going to do that. And I'm just going to do a thank you because I'm always needing a thank you. And I'm going to wipe this off because I do have a little bit of the shakes today. I haven't really eaten a good breakfast yet, and you guys know I started my keto and I lost 9 pounds as of Monday, so I'm really excited. But yesterday I didn't get to drink as much water as I needed to because I was nursing my water because I had to go, and I had no place to go. So today I'm like just trying to get back on track, but I haven't eaten. I'm just going to stamp that right down. So there we go. So there is a little cute little simple little card. Now if you wanted to, you could take, you have the little dots here, the little bubbles, like the ice cream has bubbles and stuff, or you could do sprinkles and you can put them on your card, but I did stamp full strength, so they probably won't show up, but we can try. So whoa, we can take, that was a close call. We can take our sprinkles and we can kind of put them down a little bit so they do show up a little. And then what you can do is you can take them And we can go up the side, or you can go across the top, the bottom, or you can just sprinkle them around your ice cream any way that you want to do. I am gonna also, I think I'm gonna do most of them kind of stamped off a little bit. I might throw a couple in there that is full strength, but for the most part, I'm just gonna do them stamped off so that they're not so dark, to compete with the ice cream scoop that is on our cone. So that is all you're gonna do. So there you go. And then if you want to, you can throw some embellishments on there, whatever. But isn't that a sweet, simple, easy stamping card to do that anybody can do? Okay, so that is that. So I am going to do the next one, which we're going to step it up a little bit. So with this one, I got ink on my fingers. I'm a messy stamper. Okay, so I have another piece of white cardstock that is the same measurements. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to try to fold that straight. I'm going to try to anyway. Hopefully I can. I'm going to take my bone folder and give it a nice little crease. Okay, so there's that. So then we have a card base that is gorgeous grape. I'm going to put my card base away. I've got my layer. I think I'm going to put that aside too. Then I'm going to bring in another piece of white cardstock that's going to be our layer on top of the gorgeous grape. So we're stepping it up by adding a layer. And then instead of stamping the cone, we are going to take some scrap pieces of paper, and I am going to stamp the ice cream for our cone, the ice cream scoop. I'm going to look at the bottom of my punch so that I can see how my paper is going to go in here. So I'm going to slide it in like this, so that way I don't waste a whole lot of paper. So I'm just going to slide that right in there. So I know that I want to stamp it, how did I say? Yeah, so just like this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to slide that, stamp that just like so. All right, so we're going to go ahead and punch that out. All right. So I know that my family and my close friends know how relieved I am and relaxed I am now, because a couple months ago, right before Christmas, the diagnosis for my husband was not good at all. We had 2 back surgeons that told us that he had to have emergency surgery right away. If he made one wrong move, he was going to be paralyzed for the rest of his life. Sent us to the first doctor. Okay, so now I'm going to use a piece of the designer series paper that comes in this suite. This paper is so fun and so bright and cheerful. I'm taking the punch for the ice cream cone part, and I am just going to punch out a cone. Okay, so we have that and that. So we were scared out of our minds. We thought, oh my gosh, this is bad. He was supposed to have major surgery. They told us that his whole lower part of his back had exploded. I mean, it was really bad. And so by the time we left the second surgeon's office and got home, which was not even 25 minutes, my husband got onto the phone to his original back surgeon, and they were already apologizing. Mr. Carini, we are so sorry. We should have already scheduled you for surgery, blah, blah, blah. We're working on it right now. We were told we were going to have to go to a neurosurgeon in Atlanta, was the only people who were going to be able to do this surgery. God had another idea, because it was all good. We got to the third surgeon in Atlanta, and he said, yes, it's bad, but it wasn't his whole back. It was just one disc had exploded. His words were, it's very impressive. Personally, I don't think that's a great word to use. It's impressive. Yeah, you're not the one that's living it. But I guess in the scientific world, impressive was a word that they would use. So, but he said, but I can do this. This is an easy surgery. I'm surprised, kind of confused on why they couldn't do it, why they sent you here, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Anyway, the surgery's done. So that's why I am super happy and super relieved, and because it really could have been really, really bad. Okay, so enough talking. I'm trying to decide if I want to put dots down the side of this, like we did on this card, which I think I'm going to, but instead of the sprinkles, I think I'm going to use the little bubbles. I think I'll use that, and so we have that. I'm going to block that up. I've got ink all over this thing. That we've already done our cone, we've already done our scoop, we've got our sentiment. Let me go ahead and stamp our sentiment. We're going to use Gorgeous Grape again. So yes, it is truly a blessing. God really was watching out for us. He did have a fragment, though, in the very back of his back, behind his spine, that the doctor got out. He was able to remove it. So he did have some of the bone that was that had broke away when it exploded, but it was able to be removed, so that was good. Okay, so we've got our sentiment. We're going to use some pop dots up here, popping in on my way to get, oh, have fun getting your hair cut. I hope hope it turns out good. Okay, I'm going to put another one down at the bottom there just to give it a little extra support. It probably doesn't need it, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, so I just got ink all over my card. Oh, let's go ahead and use our little sand eraser and see if we can get some of this off. This sand eraser has been a lifesaver for me. Sometimes I am like really messy, and I get to talking and I'm not paying attention and don't realize that I have ink all over my fingers, and then I get it on my project. It's okay. That's better. It's not completely off, but it's better. So we're going to put our cone here, but actually before I do that, I am going to stamp our little dots, and we're going to go, you know what? I think that instead of the Gorgeous Grape, I am going to use the Highland Heather. So, because then I can go full strength and I don't think it'll be too dark. So, but if you really like the dark, by all means, go right for it. So I am going to do this just like that, and then you can, I'll change it up a little bit like that, and then like that, and then instead of, and then I'll come in here with some Stamping Off, just like so. So there we go. So isn't that cute how that is? And then I'm done with this. So I'm going to put this away before I make a really big boo-boo. Okay, so we're going to pop this ice cream cone up, just like so. I'm going to pop that probably right about there, I think. And then where is our ice cream scoop? We are, you know what, let me go ahead and do some little sprinkles on the top. You can see them. Actually, I think I'll use the bubbles. Since we use the bubbles on the side, that's what I'll use right there. Come on, come off. There we go. All right, so we've got that. We're going to pop that up. I am only going to use one. I'm going to put it up towards the top because I don't want it to land on the cone, the dimensional, just kind of like that. So now that's popped up. So now I'm going to bring this one in. This is the little melty drop. So you got a little melty drop right there. We're going to use that, and I'm going to do that in Gorgeous Grape. And you can use that to hide my boo-boos, but I'm not going to. I think I'm going to use something else. So actually I will hide that one. So just like that. And if you wanted to, you know what? I think I will. I think I'll put that there, and then we'll do another one right here. So now our ice cream is melting. I originally wanted just one little melt drop, but that's okay. You know, things change and things happen when you're stamping, and sometimes your boo-boos can really turn out fantastic. So now we can go ahead and adhere this down to our Gorgeous Grape layer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you know, just click that little share button too, because that will help me by you guys sharing videos. I appreciate you guys commenting and talking with me and just spending your lunchtime with me. It really does mean a lot to me. All right, so there we go. And then we're just going to go ahead and put that right on top of our card. And see how easy it is just to step it up just a little bit. It's really easy. And then again, if you wanted to, you could step it up a little bit more by putting some embellishments on here. There's some really cute little candy dots, sprinkles, I don't remember what they're called, that come in the suite, and you could just sprinkle those. You could put those on your ice cream cone. Well, let me show you. I got one more card to do if you guys are ready. But let me show you the suite. So it's called the Ice Cream Corner Suite. You can get those little dot thingamajiggies and use those as your embellishments. And then in the suite, there's ribbon that we're fixing to use on another card. You got your designer series paper, which is absolutely amazingly awesome. It is so beautiful, so bright, cheery, colorful. And I even used the green and white dot one on a whole nother card. It wasn't even ice cream related at all. So you can use it on different things. It doesn't have to be just with the ice cream bundle. And then you can get the bundle or just the stamp set or just the punch. It's really a fun suite. Okay, so you guys too, I forgot to tell you in the beginning, but here is the host code for the next, what do we have left? Today is the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30, 5 days. So this is the host code if you guys place an order with me. Please use this host code if your orders are under $150. If they're $150 or more before tax and shipping, please keep that the host rewards and for yourself. Okay, let's see. So we have the simple stamping, which is absolutely adorable, and then we have our stepped up version. So let me show you even a more stepped up version. The only difference that I'm doing is I'm going to throw in a little bit another color. So we've got our white card base, which is the same. It's 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, folded in half. Then we have our layer, and this is Granny Apple Green. Thank you. Hey, Chris. Thank you, Lynette. Oh, thank you, Carol. Okay, so, and it's the same measurement as our Gorgeous Grape. It is 5 1/4 by 4. Our white layer that we're going to do our stamping and all on is 5 by 3 3/4, I believe. So you guys know the routine. It will all be on my blog in the next day or two, with all the measurements and all the information, and this video will be on there too, so that you guys can, if you want to recreate them, and you can stop it and pause it and do whatever you needed to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this designer series paper again, and I'm going to punch out another ice cream cone, just like so. Move these pieces around. Now I'm going to take, and I don't have my my chamois over here to clean my image, and I really don't want to, I'll just use this rag. Maybe I can get the majority of it off. I don't want to contaminate my ink pads. Okay, so now I'm going to use Granny Apple Green ink. We're going to ink that up. We are going to stamp that on that same piece of paper that we just used to punch out the grape, the gorgeous grape one. So I'm just going to stamp that right there, just like so. So there is our green ice cream, which it could be sherbet too. It could be lime sherbet. It could be pistachio. You could use early espresso and stamp early espresso on there. And then it would be mint chocolate chip, which is my favorite ice cream in the whole wide world, which I can't have any of that right now. But anyway, one day I'll be able to, in a very, very small portion, but I'll be able to. We're going to go ahead and punch this out, just like so. And we are going to build this. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on this. You don't have to do this. You could do it. I went ahead and did it the other way that I did the last card. You could do it like that, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Glue it down. Just like that is my ice cream. Okay. And then I need to do my sprinkles. So I am going to do the sprinkles. And I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape on there. And we're going to put our sprinkles right on top of our ice cream. There we go. So isn't that pretty? That looks scrumptious. I could just eat that right now. Okay, so that is going to go here, but we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I'm using thank you. I'm using thank you because I really need thank you cards, and I am really behind on my thank you cards right now that I need to really work on. I'm also behind on my housework right now too, so I've got to do that as well. All right, so I am going to put my thank you. Actually, before I do that, I am going to bring in a piece of Designer Series paper. I just cut this off. This is from the Ice Cream Suite as well, and it is only, it's almost an inch. It is, what is it? It's 3/4 of an inch, near about. Okay, and I just needed it to be long enough to go across there. Then I'm going to bring in a piece of Gorgeous Grape that is, you know, I don't know how wide this was either. It was probably originally a little touch over a 1/2 inch. And then I took my Be Mine stitched hearts, and I just put this down and ran it through the Stampin' cut and emboss machine, and I used some old washi tape. These are flower petals that have long since retired, but I just placed this where I wanted it to go and how I wanted it to line up on my cardstock, and then I just put the little washi tape down to hold it in place and cranked it through, and then voila, it cut out a scallop and it stitched it for me. So I am just going to put that right on here where you can just see the stitching, just like so. So if you can see there, I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to put the glue right along here, just like that. Hopefully I put enough on there. And let's see, which side do I want? I think I want this to be on this side. So I am just going to lay that right on there, just like so. Just like that, okay? And then I'm going to glue it to the side of the card. Just like that. All right, so, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a border on the side. Oops, no, this has to come up more. Just like that. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border on the side of it, just like so. Yeah, that's probably good. Just like that. And then I'm going to trim this off. So we are just going to follow along our cardstock here just to trim it. Just like that. Well, a little bit more here. Like a little bit more. A little bit more and a little bit more. Okay. So now I'm just going to trim this one off. Oh, it slipped on me and went into my cardstock. It's all right. Okay, so things like that happen. So we might not be exactly even on the bottom, but it will be okay. I promise you it will be. It'll be fine. Okay, now I'm going to close the, just stuck my finger in the ink pad, right in it. Close up the Granny Apple Green. We're going to bring in our sentiment, and this is why I decided to wait on my sentiment, because I knew this was coming over here. So I really wanted that. I am not inking up straight up and down. Okay, I wanted to know exactly where to put it over here, so it's going to go right there, just like that. And I didn't have that inked very well, but it is okay. I'm not going to stress over that. Okay, so we are going to pop this up because it's just too darn cute not to. Just like so. I mean, I'm going to move it over a little bit though. Like there. Okay, so pull these backings off. And we are going to stick this ice cream cone right just like that. So aren't these color combinations really pretty? Look how that just stepped that up by just adding a little bit of designer series paper, a little bit of a scallop trim, and let's see, what else can we do? I think, oh, I want to do one of the ice cream drops. So we need our Granny Apple Green for that. I'm just cleaning off this thing the best I can. Hopefully I don't get no gorgeous grape in our Granny Apple Green. I'll just do it on the corner, just in case. Okay, so now we have our little ice cream. Here's our little drop. I don't think we need any more than that. And then if we wanted to step that up a little more, we could. I am going to go ahead and put this down on our Granny Apple Green layer and just center this the best that I can. Right on there like so. It can come down a little bit more, but I think I am okay with that. I'm not going to be too picky about it. And then what you can do to even step it up more is you could pop this up too. You very well could pop that right up like so. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to glue it straight down. And let's see. We're going to put that on there as straight as we can. And you know, I even use the little trick to use your to look and make sure that the top and the sides are even, and then put it down. But it doesn't always work that way for me. I know the color combinations are so fun. So there we go. We have that. And then if we wanted to stamp it up a little bit more, well, I can't really use the ribbon that comes in the suite because I used Gorgeous Grape instead of Blackberry Bliss. So it's kind of off. You could. It would probably work, but I'm not going to. You could use Baker's Twine, which we could do. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in the Baker's Twine. This is a combo pack that actually comes in the Snail Mail Suite or the Snailed It, something like that. It's really, really cute. It is in the mini catalog too. It is really a sweet, sweet too. You should check that one out in your catalogs. If you don't have a catalog and you would like one, please let me know so I could get one to you. Or you can always view it online. I do have it posted. It's pinned on the first thing on my business page, which is what we're on now. And you can view that and the celebration brochure, because right now celebration is going on until the end of February. With every $50 that you purchase before tax and shipping, you get to choose a free celebration item. So, and there is some adorable things in there that I've even used on here. Also, with $100 purchase before tax and shipping, you can also, you can get a level 2 celebration item, or you can get 2 level 1s for the $50 ones. So you can snap up some great free stuff and be on your way to some happy stamping. Okay, so I'm just going to use a glue dot here. I'm going to kind of roll it a little bit. And I am going to just stick that right on the back of my little bow here. And then I'm going to put my bow right there. So there we go. So again, you can even jazz it up more by if you got the sprinkles that are in the suite, or you could use you could use these, the pastel pearls. Those would be really pretty on there. But I'm saving these for something special, so I am not going to use them, but those would be really cute. Just kind of sprinkle a couple of those around there. Yeah, so I know, me too, Carol. If I was a wealthy lady, I probably would already have it all. Yeah, it's awesome. It's so awesome. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you so much again for joining me. I really, really hope that you guys love these cards and love the way that you can step them up by just using a couple extra things and products or whatever. And, well, not whatever, but extra products and just a few extra steps, really. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so thank you, Megan. All right. So which one is your favorite, by the way? You guys show me which one. Oh, thank you very much, Carol. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Christine. Just, you guys shoot me a little thing and tell me which one is your favorite one. Do, 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 do. The green ice cream is my favorite. Yeah, this is so cute just by adding a couple. But you know what, though? I would be so super thrilled just to get a card like this in the mail. But anyway, the middle card. All right, you guys, again, thank you so very much. Thank you for sharing. That means a lot to me. And you guys have a fantastic day. And if you need the measurements or anything on this card, they will be over in my blog in the next day or two. I say or two because I am taking care of my husband right now and all of that. You're welcome, Carol. So, and I got to catch up on my housework. Okay, so see y'all later. Doodly-doo.